Thank you for clicking on my video. I'm going to try another Christmas box. This one's a Fretwork box. It's a Steve Good pattern. It's got several pieces here. This is the lid of the box. You got the two long sides, and then you got the two ends. It also has a base. Now these sides, I'm going to cut these out of 1/4 inch walnut. I'm going to cut that fretwork out of that. Then I'm going to back it with this lighter wood. I believe this is aspen. This is a 1/16. He calls for an 1/8 inch. I don't have enough 1/8 inch. I'm going to try it with this 1/16. They give you a lighter backing behind this dark board that's got the fretwork cut into it. And then the base is a 1/2 inch walnut. I'm going to have to cut that and make it wide enough for the base, and then I'm going to router it. Have a little routered edge around the bottom, give it a little flare there. And then it's just basically glued together, the four sides on top of the base, and the lid sits down in, using this as an interior liner which will hold everything together, make the dark stand out, plus it gives something for the lid, an edge for the lid to stand on, sit on as you put it in. Anyway, that's what this is about. I'm going to have to cut this 1/2 inch and make me a blank for the base. And I'm going to stack the two ends. I'm going to stack a piece of this so I can cut both those at the same time. And then I got a wider piece of walnut, and I'm going to cut the other two pieces out of it. So that's my plan right now. I got to get these blanks made up and get the patterns mounted and the holes drilled, and then I'll be over at the scroll saw cutting out this fretwork, and then it'll be a matter of putting it together. So let me get started making the blanks, and I will be back when I get that done. So I've got all my blanks ready. This is going to be the base. I just cut a line on it because I'm going to do that cut on the scroll on the table saw. This is already cut to the right length. I'm going to cut the width. I want this to be pretty accurate and straight, and I think I can do it better on a table saw than a scroll saw anyway. So that's the base. I've got these two pieces stacked. That's 2/4 inch with the one pattern. I'm going to cut those at the same time. Holes are already drilled. The lid, same thing on the cutting of the outside. I used the edge that was already there. This end was cut with the table saw, and this end came from the people I ordered it from, and I'm sure they can probably cut more accurately and smoother than I can. So I'm trying to take advantage of that. It might need a little sanding, but I'm going to cut the other two sides out the same way. But first I'm going to cut the inner parts. And then you got the two sides. Again, the same thing. I'm taking advantage of the more or less factory edges. This one is my edge. I cut that. And I got the holes drilled. And then once I get all this cut, the next major important step will be to make sure everything is square and everything is the same, especially these four are the same height, and that they're cut straight. And that's the reason I want to use a table saw. I can cut a little, be sure I cut straight. And same here, I'll have to just make sure it's square, because I got to make the box square. I want this to match it, and it'll be a matter of matching things up. But right now I've got everything, all the patterns mounted, and I've got the holes drilled. So I'm going to take them to the scroll saw. I'll probably cut this one first. I'll go ahead and go to the table saw and cut that, and then I'm going to router the edge. I got to find me a bit that I like, a profile that I like to use on that. So anyway, I'm probably going to cut that first, sneak up on that line with the table saw, and then I'll cut these on the scroll saw. Well, there's the base. I've got it routered, mostly sanded. I'll do a little more finishing up on it, but that's going to be the base. And I got to cut the rest of the box and put it together. Well, what I've done up to this point, I made sure all these were the same height and everything was square. Used the belt sander to get everything exactly where I wanted it. And I've glued these four corners together just as a beginning. I'll have to do a little bit of sanding on that. I was going to let that glue set a little more. I got the base ready. It's been sanded, at least the top of it has, and I've routed it. And I'm going to center this on there as best I can, glue it, make sure I get it square. If it's not square, I'll check that. May have to glue one corner and pressure it a little bit, but we'll see. I think it's pretty much square right now. And then I'm going to have to line it. The top, I think my materials wasn't exactly 1/4 inch. The top came out slightly thinner than the box. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to round these corners off, because I wanted to round and smooth the top and the corners of the box anyway. And I'll do that. That'll make it kind of blend in together. But I really think it's going to be nice once I get it and I put some sealer on it or something to kind of darken that wood and bring out the grain. Right now I'm going to do a little sanding on the box I've got glued together to get any glue removed, to get all the surfaces perfectly smooth. No joints showing or any difference in the joints. So, and then I'm going to glue it on here and square it up. So let me get to work on that and we'll see what happens with it there. There is the finished product. Christmas box, Fretwork box. I like Fretwork, I like Christmas, I like boxes. This kind of combines them all. I really like the way it turned out. That's walnut and aspen. It's lined with aspen. And it's walnut base and walnut walls. And my wife's already called dibs on this project. That's going to be hers at least for a little while. I'm fairly pleased the way it turned out. I could always do better. I know where it's not right and where it could be better, but I really do like the way it looks. I think walnut's real nice. I'll probably do some more coats on it. I got to let that sit overnight, and I'll think about maybe sanding a little bit and put another coat or two on it and finishing the inside out. But for now, I'm going to call that good. I hope you enjoy that. And thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.